KILR Killer Game.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer and welcome to the tour around the world featuring Fly 2. That means we're going to go fly to somewhere. We're actually going to be flying from Champaign, Illinois. I don't know where I'm at. To Peoria, Illinois. And we're going to be flying right by Bloomington, Normal, Illinois. So we're going to be flying right past where we were previously, but we're going to be continuing on. And I got a flight plan and everything in here. So we're going to go ahead and get things started. Oh, I'm like, ATC is not functional without a working radio. Would help if we just turn everything on, so. Okay, so we're all set to go there. Let's go ahead and pull up this here. So that way, I mean, here's our route. You can see that. All right, we're going to want to set, this is PIA, so this is Peoria. We're going to want to set that to 115.20. So we'll set this right here, 115.20. And we'll worry about changing this as we get around. And then Bloomington, right here, BMI 108.2, almost there. So that'll get us, pretty much give us the frequencies that we need to be able to get back where we want to go. Now I want to take a look at the controls and see if there's an easier way to change the OBS on here. Let's take a look here. Let's go to keys and buttons. And is there anything here for radios? No, I don't see. We'll just say look at airplane keys here. Alright, here's select ADF, select COM, select radio 1, 2, whoops. Right or left, prop pitch. There's nothing here that I can see that allows you to go up and down on your radios. You can select it, but you can't seem to. So there's got to be something here. Maybe it's under miscellaneous vehicle keys. Well, nope, that's not it. Global keys, let's try that. ATC, auto-tune, COM1. It's not quite what we're looking for. Wow. I was hoping there was a keyboard command to tune in the OBSs, but I am not seeing anything. Did we look at this one? Yeah, we did. And it's not going to be under any of these others. Wow. That's really crappy. Alright. So we're just going to have to use our clicky button. I was hoping there was a faster way to do it, but No, there's not. We gotta contact Datas first. Gotta pull up the airport information. There it is.
CMI arrival information, Kilo 1030, Zulu, automated weather observation, wind calm, visibility 10 miles, scattered clouds at 13,000 feet, few clouds at 24,000 feet, temperature is 13 degrees, dew point is 4 degrees, altimeter is 30.00, notice to airmen. Departures, contact clearance, delivery 128.75. Prior to taxi. Advise on initial contact you have information. Kilo. CMI arrival information. Kilo 1030. Zulu automated weather observation. Wind calm. Visibility 10 miles. Scattered clouds at 13,000 feet. Few clouds at 24,000 feet. Temperature is 13 degrees. Dew point is 4 degrees. Altimeter is 30.00. Notice to airmen. Departures, contact clearance, delivery 128.
Just cleared everything out here.
Taxi. Advise on initial contact you have information. Kilo.
Oh my word. I can't get this over here where it says...
CMI arrival information.
This is annoying.
Kilo 1030. Zulu automated weather observation. Wind calm. Visibility 10 miles.
Okay, how do I get this over here?
Feet, few clouds at
Set.
24,000 feet.
Enter.
Temperature is 13 degrees.
Flight
Dew
plan.
point is
Alright,
4
here's
degrees.
this.
Altimeter is 30.00. Notice to airmen.
Oh, okay. It's giving us... Alright, I thought it was giving us the total.
Prior to taxi. Advise on initial information. Kilo. CMI arrival information.
I can't even pull up the ATC menu now. Alright, clearance delivery. Where are you?
CMI clearance delivery 5050 Papa at the terminal with information. Kilo request clearance to PIA 505 Papa CMI clearance delivery. Cleared as filed. Fly runway heading. Maintain 8,000 feet. Clock 1200. 50 Papa. Roger. Fly runway heading. 8,000 feet. Clock 1200.
Why are we squawking that? That's kind of weird. Alright, we will request clearance. Let's go to ground.
CMI ground 505505 Sierra Papa. CMI ground. Loud and clear. 5 Sierra Papa ready to taxi. 5 Sierra Papa CMI ground. Taxi to runway 36 and hold short. 5 Sierra Papa roger. Taxi to runway 36 and hold short.
Alright. It's going to give us some arrows here. Let's go ahead and move that over here. Yeah, so we don't have any thunderstorms now like we did in the last flight. Things have cleared up, and hopefully we'll see the sun come up. It's not that way. Is it this way? Yep. All right. Moving right along here. The sun's not out, but at least it's not pitch black. Alright, it looks like we're going down this way here.
Sierra Papa CMI ground. Contact tower at 120.40. 5 Sierra Papa, Roger. Contact tower at 12.
Whoops.
CMI tower 505 Sierra Papa. Request take 505 Sierra Papa CMI tower. Clear for takeoff. 5 Sierra Papa. Roger. Clear for takeoff.
So we got the approach departure frequency here. I'm going to go ahead and tune that in now, because we got it here up on the screen. And we'll just go ahead and close that. think they told me to fly runway heading, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's not runway heading, but... Whoops, wrong way. But the sun is coming up.
5 Sierra Papa KLI Tower. Contact departure at 121.35. Good day. 5 Sierra Papa, roger. Contact departure at 121.35. Obtain 090, 4,000 feet. CMI departure 5050 Papa 1.505 Sierra Papa CMI departure. Roger.
Alright, we got our thing here. Let's go ahead and get this set. Here's our heading. Yeah, look at that. We're actually going the direction we need to go. Well, that was good. Good manual work there. Okay. Autopilot is set. We're good there. Alright, let's go ahead and set Nav 1 also to around 30. So we got about 74 miles until we get to Peoria, it looks like. I believe these are both going down together. I don't think it's 37 and then 74. Well, yeah, that just went to 73. So, yep. Yep. Trying to get us leveled out here.
4 Sierra Charlie Heavy request vector. November 4 Sierra Charlie heading CMI approach. Maintain heading. November 4 Sierra Charlie Heavy. Roger. Maintain 086.
Where did the sun come up in that direction? This is our flight time. Surprised there's nothing here to keep your altitude level. Seems like an oversight, but maybe they just couldn't do it. Maybe the programming, they just weren't able to do it. Okay, I turned on the nav 1 here, which should give us a tone once this tunes in. It's kind of useful to do that. I haven't really done it, but if you've got a radio that's not tuned in just yet, this is kind of nice to have, because then it gives you a signal that you can hear. A Morse code type of thing. And then you're like, oh, hey, the radio just tuned in, so it's useful. Okay, we got 32 miles, or 31.7 miles until we get to Bloomington.
November 4, Sierra, Charlie, heading KCMI, approach. Turn left heading 0, November 4, Sierra, Charlie, heavy, roger. Turn left heading 041.
Oh, and then another 36 miles after that to get to Peoria. So, well, we got some things we can kind of go over. So, I've got a package that I received in the mail here. Something I ordered off of eBay. Let's take a look and see what we got. All right. My goodness, this box is big. I didn't think it was going to be this big. Okay, so this is for Flight Simulator 98 and Combat Flight Simulator, and it also says that it works with Flight Simulator 2000. And this is the very first flight deck
November 4, Sierra,
from
Charlie,
Abacus.
heading CMI, approach. Turn left heading 0, November 4, Sierra, Charlie,
So let's see
heavy,
here.
roger. Turn
Flight
left
deck
heading
is an
0,
impressive
01.
collection of naval aeronautics. Take to the sea aboard one of 4 Navy carriers. There it is. Okay, so nav 1 is now tuned in. We can turn that off there. See how useful that is. All right. That gives us an idea which, as far as Peoria. We're going to stay on our heading, though, because that's our flight plan going to Bloomington. Yeah, so each representing an era of naval aviation history. From there, you'll climb into the cockpit of more than 25 of the Navy's most famous planes: Hellcats, Corsairs, Banshees, Phantoms, Tomcats, Hawkeyes, and more. Videos of actual FS takeoffs and landings brief you for flight. Your first challenge is to master catapult launch from the carrier deck. Leap from 0 to 160 knots in only 165 feet before the deck disappears below you. Better raise your gear quickly if you don't want to bump the whitecaps. And on to the landing. You'll need a cool head and hot hands when approaching the landing deck, which seems too small even when you're right on top of it. Keep your nose down and throttle up until your tail hook catches for a breath-defying halt. Otherwise, be ready to swim. The flight deck fleet includes planes dating from World War II through today's active Navy air groups. Every aircraft has been designed with the utmost detail, Paying special attention to the accuracy of the flight model, each plane is dressed in authentic paint schemes, beautifully rendered. Special bonus, 8 new Blue Angels aircraft inside. So, yeah, this is Flight Deck. Now, they've had some other versions that have been released too. But that's the first one. And this is the one that I'm pretty much interested in, as the original. Now, I don't know if you remember on some of these other videos, or maybe you saw some of my other flight sim videos, that I have a whole collection of these binders with maps. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe stow these in another area. So I have binders of maps like this. This is from an actual pilot who passed away, unfortunately. But he's got a whole bunch of maps here, and I believe all this stuff came from Navigraph, or a good portion of it did. Yeah, look at this. He's got instructions here for scenery. But I recently got a monthly subscription to Navigraph, which is only $10 a month. I get it mainly because I wanted to download flight FMS data it was specifically for an ATC program that I got called Vox ATC. Because you have to get like the level D FMS. There used to be, I'd like to get it. There used to be a level D airliner plane. I forget if it was a 757 or something. And that information is compatible with Vox ATC. So if you get that information in there, then ATC will assign you a SID and a star based on your flight plan. Pretty much just like a regular ATC would. And I got it specifically for that, and I gotta say it was definitely worth it, because for Vox ATC it has really made it a lot more enjoyable to use. Now, I also took advantage and downloaded some other information that I can get. I have a -8 for P3D, and there was information I could download to update that flight management computer. And then the Quality Wings 757, same thing. I could also download information for that. And then also FS Captain. Don't know really what that really did, but it's there. And also X-Plane also. So for the $10, I had access to quite a bit of stuff. But Navigraph has been essential for VATSIM. It has been a saving grace for VATSIM, for flying online with VATSIM. Because you can pull up in this app on your computer all the maps and charts and everything that you need at any airport around the world. So airport diagrams, taxiways, parking spots, SIDS, stars, ILS runways, all of that. And plus, there's a sync that will sync the map to your simulator, and you can use it as a moving map so you can see exactly where you're at. That has been very helpful when it comes to finding like where you're supposed to be taxiing and stuff. And it's also helped in regards to building your flight plan and adding your SIDs and stars and seeing if you're on your SID and star correctly. Yeah, it has been totally worth it. So for offline flying, I don't think you really need it. But for online flying, I gotta say, I think it's a must. I think it is a definite must. And for $10 a month, really not that bad. You could do worse. You could spend more money on fast food. And it's gone within like, what, an hour? And we're talking about Navigraph for $10, and you get use of it for a whole month. So I think it's worth it. If you want to fly on that sim, I'd say definitely get it. Don't be afraid. All right. Let's do some updating here. Ooh, it doesn't take long for it to get warm in here. Before it was cool and I turned off my fan. Now it's getting warm again. So I talked about these maps because I was going to use them for offline flying. Well, with me getting back into VATSIM after 12-15 years and getting this Navigraph, I don't really have a need for these maps now. And it's taken up a whole bunch of shelf space, so I'm going to find another place to put them, and that'll give me more room to put all of my expansions and add-ons and stuff for all my classic flight sims, because at the moment I've got them stacked up on chairs and all this stuff, and I need room. So if I go ahead and move these binders, I'll have that room. I'd still like to make use of the maps. I think I might make use of it for like offline flying, just to have that old-fashioned maps here so you can kind of go through it. But for the online flying, I don't want to sit there and try to mess through the maps and then find out, oh, I don't have what I need. Because when you're flying online, you want to have what you need when you need it. You know what I mean? You don't want to be sitting there going through a binder trying to find your stuff. Even though it's all organized, still it's not going to have, I don't think this guy like printed out every single ILS and every single SID and star and stuff. Look at that bright orange back there. The graphics on the interior of the plane are smooth. They are very nice. And the outside looks decent too. It's just unfortunately there's not a whole variety of textures. And that's a bit of a letdown. On the first fly there was, but this one doesn't. Also, there's no roadways or anything to follow. The feeling of the flying, though, is kind of nice. It definitely has a more realistic feel to it than Flight Simulator. It's like it had promise, kind of like X-Plane, where in the early version of X-Plane, it just had a better feel to the aircraft. Not as good as X-Plane. But I just think it was missing a lot of stuff it just, really needed. Better variation of scenery. This isn't too bad here. What we're looking at. Yeah, this really needed a lot more love to it. There's like rivers missing, the roads. There's really no buildings or anything. I think maybe a few areas have got buildings, but overall it's kind of like going back to Flight Simulator 2, where you got runways at airports, and sometimes you have taxiways. But even in Flight Simulator 2, you still had roads drawn out. Might have been just a line, but at least you got the roads. Same thing with the rivers. But that's why we're doing this world tour. We're going to be flying to all these different airports, and we'll be able to see how this compares in terms of scenery in certain areas to the other simulators. Does it do an okay job? Is it passable? Is it not that good? That's what we're going to be able to determine with this world tour. Is this the type of simulator that you would want to fly from, airport to airport, or, long distance flights? So it looks like Bloomington is 9.7 miles away. As I was saying before, I think it's this glow up here. Got some sparkles going on here. Pressed flight following. Okay, well, I guess we won't be. It's going to be all quiet on the radio. There's the Central Illinois Regional Airport. See if there's any other frequencies we can tune into here. I don't think there is. Oh, there's a plane here. I don't know if we can see it. There is other traffic around there flying around, but I never seem to see it at airports. Or they're just there briefly. There it is. I see it right here. I think that could just be the end of a runway over there. There is something moving here. I think that's the plane. Yeah, that's it. It's moving. So we got tower, multicom, approach, departure. We don't really have anything for center. So nothing for en route. Go ahead and tune in, or we'll get the information for Peoria. Okay, so we got ATIS for Peoria. Let's go ahead and tune that in. And there's Bloomington Airport. Not much to see out this way. Let's go and adjust our heading.
Arrival information, Lima 1100, Zulu, automated weather observation, wind calm, visibility 10 miles, scattered clouds at 13,000 feet, few clouds at 24,000 feet, temperature is 12 degrees, dew point is 3 degrees, altimeter is 30.00, that's the airman. Departure contact clearance delivery 119.10. Prior to taxi. Advise on initial contact you have information. Lima.
It doesn't give you which runway you should be taking off or landing from. That's kind of a lame thing. Well, we're on the way to Peoria now. At 33 miles to go. A little bit longer of a flight. Sun's coming up. I'm just chilling. Chilling and enjoying the flight. I don't have a lot to talk about. Hopefully I'm not being too boring. And we can just kind of sit here and just kind of relax and enjoy the flight. I did mention on a previous episode that this works on Windows 10, which is what I'm running this on. Windows 7 gave me issues. I wasn't able to get it to play without the dash flashing. It was really bad. At least Windows 10 it works. However, if I just had one monitor set up, it might be okay. But the problem is with my two monitor setup, because I've got my OBS recorder off to one side. Sometimes the game will lose focus, and then when I try to click back to it, it's all black. So I've got to make some saves along the way. Otherwise, I'll lose my progress, and that's annoying. So we got about 28 miles left. I'm going to go ahead and put this on full screen here for you and let you enjoy the rest of the flight. And I will check back in with you just before we land. Okay, I am back here. Looks like the airport is right ahead of us. Ooh, as a matter of fact, I can see it. Let's go ahead and contact approach.
C15 approach 5050 Papa. Request approach for 505 Sierra Papa. C15 approach. Cleared for the approach runway 27.
Well, that's not the right approach. 125.80. That. Hey.
PIA approach 5050 Papa. Request approach for land 505 Sierra Papa. PIA approach. Cleared for approach runway 31. 50 Papa. Roger. Cleared for approach runway 31. 5 Sierra Papa. PIA approach. Squawk 1200. 50 Papa, Roger. Squawk 15 Sierra Papa PIA approach. Radar contact.
Okay. I think I see 3-1 right over here. So this works out just fine.
5 Sierra Papa PIA approach. Service terminated.
Okay. Why is that? I don't know. Let's see. What the airport there? Let's go to tower 119.0. Oh, we got it there. And then ground was 121.85.
PIA approach 5050 Papa. Request approach for lane 5 Sierra Papa PIA approach. Service terminated.
Fine. We'll land without your help then. It's like, I didn't want your help, no how. Hey, this has got some taxiways also. But there is no Peoria River. You may have noticed that. We should have seen the Peoria River. Nope. Yep, a prominent feature that is missing. Now, can we add that? Yeah, we could add it. But that's a lot of work. And down the road, I may, like what we did for Joliet, I may go ahead and add some scenery here and there. It's just right now. I just want to get some flying done. And plus, you may want to see, you know, how these airports are. you can see that there's really no buildings. It's kind of up to you to fill in the gaps. We got the middle marker. Gotta like how all the taxi lights and everything just start appearing. All right. Down. We'll go ahead and turn off here. Looks like there's a place to park right up ahead. Ooh, look at the sun coming up there. Park it right there. Look at that. Nice little sunrise coming up. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll lock it down right here. Pretty. Alrighty, well, here we are at Peoria, Illinois. Hope you're enjoying the flight. Hope you enjoyed some of the quiet ASMR flying there that we had. Sometimes it's not necessary to really talk throughout the entire flight, so get a little bit of narration and commentary and narration. What am I narrating? I don't know. And some quiet flying also. So a little bit of everything. If you're enjoying this series, if you like this video, click the like button and leave some comments. Let me know if you've flown to this airport before, and ooh, hey, the lights have gone off there. That means it's getting brighter. Yeah, let me know if you've flown to this airport, if you have flown this simulator before, if you heard about it, if you haven't heard about it, if you've wanted to try it, let me know. I'm kind of curious. And if you're new here, click that subscribe button, because subscribing is a good thing, because when new videos are uploaded, you'll get notified, and that's a good thing. Hey, you know, one of your favorite series here, you may want to know when the next video goes up, and that will let you know. And it'll let you know what it is. And then if you are into live streaming, ooh, we got lens flare now. Check that out. If you're into live streaming and seeing live streams, head over to Twitch, twitch.tv/KILRgamer. I do live streams there. I'll do the classic simulators. I've been doing P3D. I've been doing some of my VATSIM flights over there. So head over there. I'd love to see you. I'd love to chat with you. And some of these episodes that I record, I also live stream. gives you a chance to see them weeks and months ahead of time. And then there's social media. So if you like to see some behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on, head over to Instagram. You'll be able to see some pictures of stuff that I'm working on. Plus my boys, my little kitties. And I do have a dog. She's awesome. She's a husky. Also, Twitter. Follow me over on Twitter. I do some official announcements there. I do some retweets of interesting things that I find. And plus it gives me a chance to, it gives me a way to be able to communicate a little bit more with you and my KILR community. So, I mean, if you're here and you're watching, I consider you part of the KILR community. But if you subscribe, then you're like a KILR citizen. You are part of us. You're part of the family. And then there's Snapchat, just for other stuff. And then Patreon, if you'd like to donate to the KILR cause with a KAUSE. If you'd like to help support what I do, maybe help me turn this into a full-time gig eventually. I know my daytime job is not going to last forever. Never usually does. But I'm hoping I can turn this into a full-time gig and be able to put more content out there for you. Give me a chance to do more live streams for you and put out more content. There's a lot of stuff that I like to do. There's only 24 hours a day, and I have to balance that out with my day job and my family, and I really want to do more with this channel. And I want to get more feedback from you on the type of things that you'd like to see. Now, with that in mind, I'm not asking you to donate, $100,000 a month, or that'd be great, but I'm certainly not asking that. But if you'd like to invest and help this station grow, take a look at it. Take a look at my Patreon account, and I also got bonuses there, so that way you get access to shows and episodes before anyone else does. So yeah, go check it out. And that's it. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next exciting leg of our journey. Have a killer awesome morning.